We're Karen and Bo Christensen, a Danish-American couple who met in Germany in 2016. Bo is an airline pilot, and Karen is a freelance advertising creative director. In late 2022, we bought Chateau de la Tuileries in Martel, France, and are working to make it a bed and breakfast and wedding destination fit for a queen. Welcome to Queen's Escape. So we're moving all of the little swing sets and tent structures off the terrace today and taking them out under the shade of the trees, so that we can have a nice clean terrace to put the things we want there. And we're starting to take the shutters off today. And then after we get the shutters off, we'll start sanding all of them and getting a coat or two of blue paint on those. And then we'll power wash the facade while we're working on the shutters. It's exciting. So as you can see, the shutters are coming down. So far on the first floor. Wind blows, so do the shutters, except the ones that are attached.
Castle needs a lot of
oil. It's a very good system that Pear derived to release the shutters from the first floor by using a pulley system from the second floor hinges. We need 3 people to do it though. I think first and foremost, we're gonna label these. So we're gonna go and get some tags at the hardware store so that we know exactly which shutters go with which door and with which window, so we don't make the mistake of just sanding and painting them and then not going where they were, knowing where they return to, because that would be a big mess. So Bo, he made this visual of the castle with all of the shutters numbered. So this was what we're using in our system to label the shutters so we know where they go back. Yeah. And the sides. And the other side. Yep. Exciting.
Nej, så er det forkert.
Helt galt her. 11.
Ja, jo, det er dem der.
Okay. Vil du sige, start for 1? Nej, du skal starte fra 11, og så skal du gå mod venstre.
Ja, du sætter fast med det
her.
Check out our tractor. Ferrari. So they're putting the labels and the wire next to the shutters to label them. That one's 12. So 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, and then Bo will sort of tie them onto the hinge so it's out of the way of the sanding, but you know it's there and sturdy enough that we don't lose it. Yep, it's good. Number 18. Taking all of the shutters over to one of the outbuildings where we will do the sanding over the next weeks and months. They're very big. Another thing we're doing today is creating a sanding station to start to sand the paint off of our shutters. So we want to repaint the shutters into a sort of a French blue, but you know, we need to get all of the old paint off and get it nice and clean, and then probably get some test colors and hold them up to the building to see which color ultimately looks the best. Yeah, exciting.
Trykker du bare lige igen, når du skal disconnect. Vi skal ikke ned og have det helt fuldstændig slæben.
Yeah, it looks pretty
Nej, vi
good.
skal bare ned til det her rå træ, så vi kan
You see, it gets it off.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Ja, så kan du se herovre.
It's Bo's Christmas present.
Ja.
So we're stacking up all of the tag shutters in one of our outbuildings so that we can sand them and get them all ready to go in rain or shine. So all of the sort of pale colored green ones are here with our little labels on them so we know where they go back. Yep. And this is one of the ones, or the one, that is actually finished. So this one has had all of the paint stripped off of it. And what we have to work with. And here is our sanding station. We ended up making it a little taller because it was a little back-breaking to lean over and get to it.
The steel brush is for all the areas that you can't get with the sander. Metal in here, along these things, here.
And are you doing this part too?
With this one, yes.
Okay. Too small?
Now we will exchange this. Then you push this one down.
Oh, okay, good to know.
So to release up
Like
with
that, and then off.
And
Thank you. Yep. So here we have the Chateau with no shutters on the ground floor or the first floor. And also, well, the turret over here has not had shutters in some time because the previous owner, he knew he wanted always to have sunlight in that stairwell, and we didn't quite understand what that meant. But now that we have a bathroom in this stairwell, we know that it's hard to get the shutters to attach to the wall outside, so they sort of tend to blow closed. So that's what he means. But we know where those shutters are, and we're thinking about putting those back up just to have a nice picture for events and weddings once we get all of the shutters done. So I'm at the paint store, and I have been matching paint colors to this color that we really like in the book. So our Chateau is kind of like this color. And so we've chosen sort of a palette to go with it, so it can be anywhere in here basically, but this works. And so I'm looking at some shutter colors that are similar to this sort of traditional French blue. So I've been looking and I found 3 that were kind of close in these, and they're mixing them up right now for me to take home, and we can try them on the shutters, and bless their hearts, they gave me an espresso. So we are going to paint 3 boards and these 3 blues to see which ones we think will look best on the castle shutters.
And here is Karen painting 3 boards because we need to test which will match.
So we've already eliminated one, which was a little bit more greeny to it, and now we're down to 2 blues that look really a lot alike. So in this area, this is where Beau has already pressure washed a little bit of the building, and so we can kind of get a more realistic view of what the shutters will look like next to the building once it's all pressure washed. So the one on the, it's a little bit in shadow, the one on the left, but it's lighter. It's just a bit more of a whiter color. They're really close. But the good news is I think they both look good with the stone. So the favorite right now is this one for Beau. And for me, they're so close that I'm okay with that.
You know, I like the other one as well.
That one?
No, the other one.
That one?
Yeah.
But that one's the darker blue. Oh, you changed your mind?
Well, the light is good.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad to hear it.
Maybe that is the one to go with. It has a little bit of glare that the other one doesn't have. A little more blue. Maybe.
It is bluer.
Yeah, it is.
It is bluer. That one has more white in it. Yeah. But that's a good thing about Beau. He will change his mind, which is nice. We swapped the sides, and we still like the bluer one. Yeah. After we moved them to see if the light was playing tricks, nice. We still like it next to the clean part. So we have to imagine, after cleaning all this up, those blue shutters, which is a French blue, isn't it?
Yeah, in the south they use this color a lot.
Yep. All right, so now we do the application to see if we can get it. And the rationale, the reason we have to apply is because next door to us is the medieval town of Gluge. And it is a historic monument town. And because we are within eyesight of this protected historic town, we can't just make any kinds of changes that we want to the property. We have to get permission from the French governing body that takes care of these old homes. And they did request to change the color of the shutters once. And, you know, you can see they're a beige color up there. They requested to change the color, and I think it's the architect, like the name of the deciding position is an architect, and he said they could paint them blue. But as you can see, they did not paint them blue.
Oh, he said 3 colors.
He gave them 3 options.
They did not pick any of those 3 colors.
Yeah. The favorite of the architect was blue, but they chose beige. So they went against the architect's decision. But it's good to know that the architect at the time liked blue, so maybe he'll approve our color choice. But it's a process. You have to send a long application and then wait to hear. So my job this morning is to fill out this application to change the shutter colors on the Chateau, because it's next to a monument historic village. There's a lot of paperwork involved, and we can't just decide the color that we want and apply it. We have to ask for permission. So that involves me very carefully going through and translating all of this and making sure that I'm entering the right thing in the right box, and then translating, what is it that we want to do into French, and then very carefully, writing it in there. And for me, I said, the window shutters at Château de la Tuileries are fading and chipping, showing signs of wear and tear. Our project is to sand and repaint the window shutters. And I hope that sounds like an ordinary kind of request, but then it's also, looking up what plot of the land is it, and what are all of the numbers that correspond to that. And I have to get several copies of these things to put in there, as well as 3 copies of the cadastral plan, which is basically like the plan of all the plots of land, and then several pictures of the chateau itself to go with the application. All of this would be easier if we had a printer here, but we don't have a printer here yet because we've been here a month, so we just don't have everything that we need, but carrying on. So very exciting today. We don't yet have a printer at the Chateau, so I had to go all the way to Brive anyway for something else. So I also went to a photocopy store and got copies made of the rest of our application to the Martel head of building to change the shutter color on the castle. So I had to get multiple copies of the plot of land that we sit on and each of the parcels, and I had to get printouts of shots of the chateau and the color that we intend, or we are requesting to make the shutters, and just some explanations in French thanks to Google Translate that I made. So I'll put this together with our official application and take it over to the mayor's office today after their lunch break is over. Seems like every business in town is on lunch break from 12 to 2:30 or something like that. But that's France. I just saw that on this application for the shutter color that there's a ×4 in the corner. I really hope he doesn't need 4 copies of this, because we don't have a printer, and I just drove 30 minutes to Brive to get the copies of the things that we needed. Starting to think that maybe we ought to get a printer. I took the application to change the shutter colors up to the mayor's office just now to give them to the building manager, and the sign on the door says they're open on Friday afternoons after their long lunch, but the lights inside said we're closed. So I guess they just decided they're not working today. So try again Monday. Welcome to France. I took our application to change the shutter colors to the building office today on Monday, bright and early, since they were closed Friday afternoon, and they were closed. So I called the number on the door this time and just chanced that maybe I'd get someone who speaks English, and she said, we're here tomorrow. So missed them Friday, missed them today, Monday. I'll try again tomorrow. So I was here Friday, and I was here yesterday, which is Monday, and today is Tuesday, and I have it on good advice that the mayor's office will be open today, and I can turn in our application to change our shutter colors. So fingers crossed. But in the meantime, look at the adorable streets in Martel. It is the prettiest little city. You know, it's a small town, but it's not exactly the same as moving to a small town, because it's just beautiful. All right, here we go. So I got the building manager, Mr. Paterna, and I got a receipt, and I got a thank you, and I got a 2 months. So everything is slow, but one step further. So it's November 7th or 8th now, and 2 months is what, January 7th or 8th. Be a little cold to be painting then anyway, so I guess if we're painting in the spring. So it's a beautiful day, 71 degrees, and I am going to try to sand this shutter. Our shutters are so big and so heavy that one person can't actually flip them over. So, but I'm going to try to do this side today, and then when my family gets here, they can help me flip it over. So wish me luck. This is not my thing to do, but finito. I think it's not bad. All sanded, even the edges and the middle as much as I could. Yeah, it's a good thing to have goggles and a mask on this process. It was so dusty. The shutters are sanded, but we don't have permission yet to paint them blue. And since we're going to be gone a week or two in the holidays, we're going to put these up nonetheless so that we can shut the shutters on the doors to keep the chateau secure while we're away. So hopefully they just slide back in the way they came out. Now my dad is here helping both. Ah, easy peasy.
Maybe all be so easy. Of course.
So first we prime with the WD-40 to make sure that the shutter will slide back in easy. And over here it's a little perilous with these bridge doorways. We got a letter from the mayor of Martel, or the mayor's office of Martel today, regarding the painting of
on our shutters. So maybe we find out today whether or not we're allowed to paint them. So after translating the document, basically we understand that there is no opposition to us painting the shutters blue, and it is signed by the architect, Mr. Pierre Sicard, l'architecte. I won't say this right, but basically the authority that has to approve any changes to the building, because we're close to Cluj and we are a historic monument.
And that's great. That's good news.
And we're very happy.